Good evening, everybody. Today I am going to discussing of the doubting question, the 11 number question. The 4-point charges, each of charge minus 4 microcoulomb are placed at the four corners of a square such that they are in equilibrium when a charge q is placed at its center. Find q. These similar types of question I have already discussed in previous class, in previous problem class, in square problem. You have to remember, in square problem, I have already discussed particular this type of problem. I will recall again. Suppose one square, this magnitude is given where? Minus 5 microcoulomb placed at the four corners. But in this case, I have already discussed in previous square problem class, doubt class. Again, you can review or you can see in previous class in square problem. Then you have to remember. Yes or no? So in square problem I have already discussed. Look here. Suppose this is the square A, B, C, D. Each vertex charge is placed is Q, positive Q. Question is given. What is the value of charge Q, capital Q, placed at center O? Then the charge placed on center of square Q is holds. Total forces are placed in corner. That means this one charge placed in corner, this one charge placed in center, which holds the total charge. That means four charges placed in four corners. That means one charge holds this charge. Now how? What is the value of Q? We have already discussed. I will recall and you can see it again in my previous class, in the square problem class. So फिर भी मैं recall कर रहा हूँ. You can see. So the capital Q is equal to, you have to remember, you have already known in your mind, just forget. So I will recall again. So Q is equal to minus Q 2√2 plus 1 divided by 4. Whenever value of Q is equal to minus Q, this Q is four corner charge. This Q, capital Q is placed in center of square, small q is placed in four corner. So capital Q is equal to minus Q 2√2 plus 1 by 4. Particularly similar type problem is here. So the 4-point charges, each of charge minus 4 microcoulomb. That means Q is given data. Q is given minus 4 coulomb. Q is given minus 4 microcoulomb, minus 4 into 10 to the minus 6 coulomb. Listen, it can be visible or not. So placed at the four corner of the square such that they are equilibrium when a charge Q is placed on the center. That means this Q is small q. That means this q is small q. That means here q is present. Suppose that means q is this q is q. Listen. That means we have already discussed. Listen. So that means q is minus 4 coulomb means this is the minus 4. This is the capital Q. This Q is what? This Q is again right Q. This Q is minus 4. Minus 4 what? Minus 4 this q is what? Minus 4 into minus 4 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 2 root 2 plus 1 by 4. So 4 is cancelled each other, minus plus. So q is what? Q is what? 10 to the minus 6 2 root 2 plus 1 divided by this, or q is equal to 2 root 2 plus 1 microcoulomb. This is the answer. So find the q. Q value of q is this 2 root 2 plus 1 microcoulomb. This one. So next question. Another question. The two charged particles are distance 1 mm apart. To stop, find the minimum coulomb force between them. Here, minimum question asks minimum force. We have already known the force value of force formula is what? Beta q1 q2 by r square. Beta is constant 9 into 10 to the 9. q1 q2 divided by r square. R is given, data R is given 1 mm or 1 into 10 to the minus 3 meter. So r square it is also constant. The distance is fixed 1 into 10 to the minus 3 meter. But force minimum होना चाहिए कितनी कब minimum होना चाहिए? Whenever q1 into q2, if you can write if q1 q2 is minimum, then force will be minimum. When q1 q2 is minimum, then force will be minimum. How q1 q2 is minimum, or where or when q1 q2 is minimum? When we have already known charge is the minimum charge. Value of minimum charge we have already known, electron or proton. Yes or no? Body consists of number of proton, but minimum charge is the one proton or one electron. Suppose the two charge particles, suppose or electron or proton, or two electron or two proton. Two charge means maybe it may be electron, it may be proton, it may be proton and electron, it may be electron and proton. Yes or no? Suppose we have already known QE is equal to QB QP. You have already known the 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 coulomb. It is the minimum charge. Not here. The charge of any particle not less than 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19. You have already known the any charge, minimum charge is 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 coulomb. There is never be less than 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 coulomb. So minimum force is 9 into 10 to the 9 into 1.6 into 10 to the minus 19 square divided by 1 into 10 to the minus 3 square. Yes or no? This is the initial minimum force. You calculated, you have to find out. This is the minimum force. Yes or no? So, next question. Here is another question. Two similar spheres, each of mass m and carrying equal charges q, are hung from a common point by means of two silk threads, each of length L, so that the separation x between them is given by x is equal to dash q square L by 2 pi epsilon 0 mg to the power 1 by 3, when theta between two threads is very small. We have already known, and I have already discussed about in theory class. Yes or no? About this question we have already discussed. You have to remember whenever फिर भी still then I will recall. So if you look here, common point is here. This is the suppose where I will recall. Suppose two charges are there. Whenever absent of charge, whenever this is the neutral body, there is no charge is given. So figure is like this. Whenever charge is given, same charge is given to bodies, then due to repulsive force, the figure is like that. Yes or no? So suppose this the charge is q, this is the charge o q. Suppose this point is what? This point is o. Yes or no? Suppose this charge is named as a. This is the b. Yes or no? A charge, A body charge is having q, B body also charge is q. Yes or no? Suppose you same weight, kind because the equal charges are hung by equal mass, each of mass m. So each body is having mass means it occurs weight mg. It is also mg. You have known the two threads. This is the thread. This is the thread. This is the thread. Thread is having length L. This is also length L. Yes or no? So distance, suppose whenever spread two threads or two mass body is creates at angle theta. The theta is the angle between is given. Theta is the between two threads is very small. Yes or no? We have already known whenever two charge body is like that, that means the force occur in the electrostatic force is given here. The tension is here. Yes or no? Similarly, join this. It is the vertical, it is the horizontal. Yes or no? The T, suppose this theta, this is the theta by 2. Yes or no? Total theta, this is half inch, because this body is the similar mass. That means suppose this point is O to O जितने दूर है O इतने दूर उतने ही दूर है, because with the similar masses, similar charges. तो suppose we have to choose center O. O से O जितने दूर जाएगा O भी उतने दूर जाएगा, because O charge body है, same mass है. Yes or no? So here T is here, tension is upward direction. Suppose this is the total theta, this is the half theta by 2. Similarly this theta by 2, this is also theta by 2. That means here this is the T, this is the T cos theta by 2. This is T sin theta by 2. We have already discussed in theory class. Just I will recall in this problem. Listen. So here due to tan law, you have already remembered. You have to remember, due to tan law, Fe by T sin theta by 2 is equal to mg by mj. This by this or this by this. This by this is equal to this by this. This is the tan law. Yes or no? So Fe by T sin theta by 2 is equal to mg by T cos theta by 2. It can be visible or not? Yes or no? So T is cancel each other. Then I will write down. So FE is equal to mg tan theta by 2. Yes or no? mg tan theta by 2. Yes or no? Here tan theta 2y is what? This is x. Suppose this is the length is x. This is the length is x. Sorry, this is the distance is x. This is the distance is x. So total, that means AB is a length here. AB is x. AB is x. This is the AB. AB is x. But AO is equal to OB. BO. AO is equal to BO is equal to x by 2. This is the x by 2. This is the x by 2. Yes or no? So tan theta by 2 is what? Tan theta by 2. Tan theta by 2. This by this. Sorry. This by this. This is the angle is what? Tan theta by 2. This is the what? Tan x by 2. X by 2 divided by this is what? This is what? L square minus x by 2 square. Listen. So tan theta by 2 is equal to this by this. That means OB. Again I will write OB. Suppose this is the O. This is the O. This is the P point. Listen. So tan theta by 2 is equal to OA by OP. OA means x by 2. This is the x divided by half is x by 2. X by 2. OP is what? OP is what? OP is this square, Pythagoras formula. This square minus this square root over. That means root over of L square minus x by 2 square root over. This one. This is the tan theta by 2. So putting the value of tan theta by 2 and value of FE in this equation, in this formula, so finally we get. So write down. This formula is remembered. So F is what? Beta Q, same Q. That means Q1 into Q2 means Q into Q into Q square. Q square by what? X square. Distance between two charges is x square. This one is equal to mg. Tan theta by 2 is what? X by 2 by L square minus x by 2 square. This one. So finally write down beta is what? Beta. So here you have to think in this expression, the theta is given already. Theta is the angle between two threads. Angle between two threads is minimum. It's very small. That means theta is very small, which is angle between two threads. Whenever theta is very small, then half of theta is much very small, very small. That means theta is small. That means theta by 2 is very small. So theta by 2 is very small. This is the very small. So x by 2 is very small. That means so therefore here theta by 2 is very small. It is visible or not? Yes or no? So theta by 2 is very small. Then x by 2 square x by 2 square is negligible to 0. X by 2 square is negligible to 0. That means this is, we have to x by 2 square. X by 2 is very small. Whenever theta by 2 is very small. That means this O is very small. Theta by 2 is very small. That means OA is very small. X by 2 square means OA square. OA square is much very small. Very small. So therefore x by 2 square negligible to 0. So this is the x by 2. This is the x by 2. That means this theta is thus very small. And distance between two charges is very small. So therefore x by 2 square, x by 2 can be finite, but you can be choose, but x by 2 square cannot be choose because the x by 2 उतना है, x by 2 square वो ज्यादा वेरी स्मॉल हो जाएगा बिकॉज स्क्वायर हो जाएगा, स्क्वायर है ना, इसलिए वो वेरी स्मॉल हो जाएगा. So therefore x by 2 square is negligible to 0. Listen. So here we can write beta square q square by x square is equal to mg. This is the negligible to 0. We can write x by 2 divided by L square root over. Listen. So we can write this expression. We can write the beta value 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 x square q square is equal to mg x by 2 by L. So root over L square is L. So we can write x by 2L. So 2 cancel each other. So here this is the x. This is the x square. So we can solve x square into x is x cube. That means the q square by 2 pi epsilon 0. 2 pi epsilon 0 is equal to mg x cube by L. So again solve this expression. That means x cube is q square L divided by 2 pi epsilon 0 mg. Yes one. So we can write the x is equal to q square L by 2 pi epsilon 0 mg to the power 1 by 3. This is the final answer of your question. Listen. So you can write down. This is the answer. Prove. Listen. So next question. So टाइम तो खत्म हो गया. So इसलिए I am यहाँ पे 3 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो गया. So next question I will discuss in next class after this finishing of time. So due to certain time, the next question I cannot be solved today. So therefore I will discuss the next question in next class. Listen. Thank you. Have a nice day.